Hi everyone, this is part 6 of our Read Aloud, the crossover by Kwame Alexander. We are going to be reading pages 113 to 134 today, which will wrap up second quarter. All right, here we go. At practice, Coach says we need to work on our mental game. If we think we can beat Independence Junior High, the defending champions, the #1 seed, the only other undefeated team, then we will. But instead of drills and sprints, we sit on our butts and make weird sounds. And meditate. Suddenly, I get this vision of JB in a hospital. I quickly open my eyes, turn around, and see him looking dead at me, like he's just seen a ghost. Second person. After practice, you walk home alone. This feels strange to you because as long as you can remember, there has always been a second person. On today's long hot mile, you bounce your basketball, but your mind is on something else. Not whether you'll make the playoffs, not homework, not even what's for dinner. You wonder what JB and his pink Reebok-wearing girlfriend are doing. You do not want to go to the library, but you go. Because your report on the giver is due tomorrow, and JB has your copy. But he's with her, not here with you, which is unfair. Because he doesn't argue with you about who's the greatest, Michael Jordan or Bill Russell, like he used to. Because JB will not eat lunch with you tomorrow, or the next day, or next week. Because you are walking home by yourself, and your brother owns the world. Third wheel. You walk into the library, glance over at the music section. You look through the magazines. You even sit at a desk and pretend to study. You ask the librarian where you can find the giver. She says something odd. "Did you find your friend?" Then she points upstairs on the second floor. You pass by the computers, kids checking their Facebook, more kids in line waiting to check their Facebook. In the biography section, you see an old man reading The Tipping Point. You walk down the last aisle, teen fiction, and come to the reason you're here. You remove the book from the shelf, and there, behind the last row of books, you find the friend the librarian was talking about. Only she's not your friend, and she's kissing your brother. Tipping point. Noun. The point when an object shifts from one position into a new, entirely different one. As in, my dad says the tipping point of our country's economy was housing gamblers and greedy bankers. As in, if we get 1 C on our report cards, I'm afraid Mom will reach her tipping point, and that will be the end of basketball. As in, today at the library, I went upstairs, walked down an aisle, pulled the giver off the shelf, and found my tipping point. The main reason I can't sleep is not because of the game tomorrow night. It is not because the stubble on my head feels like bugs are breakdancing on it. It's not even because I'm worried about Dad. The main reason I can't sleep tonight is because Jordan is on the phone with Miss Sweet Tea, and between the giggling and the breathing, he tells her how much she's the apple of his eye. And that he wants to peel her and get under her skin and give me a break. I'm still hungry, and right about now I wish I had an apple of my own. Surprised. I have it all planned out. When we walk to the game, I'll talk to JB, man to man, about how he's spending way more time with Alexis than with me and Dad. Except, when I hear the horn, I look outside my window and it's raining, and JB is jumping into a car with Miss Sweet Tea and her dad, ruining my plan. Conversation in the car. I ask Dad if going to the doctor will kill him. He tells me he doesn't trust doctors, that my grandfather did, and look where it got him. 6 feet under at 45. But Mom says, your dad was really sick. Conversation. In the car, I ask Dad if going to the doctor will kill him. He tells me he doesn't trust doctors, that my grandfather did, and look where it got him. 6 feet under at 45. But Mom says your dad was really sick, I tell him, and Dad just rolls his eyes. So I try something different. I tell him that just because your teammate gets fouled on a layup doesn't mean you shouldn't ever drive to the lane again. He looks at me and laughs so loud we almost don't hear the flashing blues behind us. Game time, 6 o'clock p.m. At 5:28, a cop pulls us over because Dad has a broken taillight. At 5:30, the officer approaches our car and asks Dad for his driver's license and registration. At 5:32, the team leaves the locker room and pregame warm-ups begin, without me. At 5:34, Dad explains to the officer that his license is in his wallet, which is in his jacket, at home. At 5:37, Dad says, "Look, sir, my name is Chuck Bell, and I'm just trying to get my boy to his basketball game." At 5:47, while Coach leads the Wildcats in team prayer, I pray Dad won't get arrested. At 5:48, the cop smiles after verifying Dad's identity on Google and says, "Hey, you demand!" At 5:50, Dad autographs a Krispy Kreme napkin for the officer and gets a warning for his broken taillight. At 6:01, we arrive at the game. But on my sprint into the gym, I slip and fall in the mud. This is my second year playing for the Reggie Lewis Wildcats, and I've started every game until tonight, when Coach tells me to go get cleaned up, then find a seat on the bench. When I try to tell him it wasn't my fault, he doesn't want to hear about sirens and broken taillights. "Josh, better an hour too soon than a minute too late," he says, turning his attention back to JB and the guys on the court, all of whom are pointing and laughing at me. Basketball rule number 6. A great team has a good scorer with a teammate who's on point and ready to assist. At the beginning of the second half, we're up 23-12. I enter the game for the first time. I'm just happy to be back on the floor. When my brother and I are on the court together, this team is unstoppable, unfadable, and yes, undefeated. JB brings the ball up the court, passes the ball to Vondi. He shoots it back to JB. I call for the ball. JB finds me in the corner. I know y'all think it's time for the pick and roll, but I got something else in mind. I got the ball on the left side. JB setting the pick. Here comes. I roll to his right. The double team is on me, leaving JB free. He's got his hands in the air looking for the dish from me. Dad likes to say, "When Jordan Bell is open, you could take us 3 to the bank, cash it in, because it's all money." Tonight, I'm going for broke. I see JB still wide open, McDonald's drive-thru open, but I got my own plans. The double team is still on me, the feathers on a bird. Ever seen an eagle soar? So high, so fly. Me and my wings are... And that's when I remember, my wings are gone. Coach Hawkins is out of his seat. Dad is on his feet screaming. JB's screaming, the crowd screaming, "Filthy, pass the ball!" The shot clock is at 5. I dribble out of the double team. 4. Everything comes to a head. 3. I see Jordan. 2. "You want it that bad? Here you go." 1. Before. Today I walk into the gym covered in more dirt than a chimney. When JB screams, "Filthy's McNasty!" The whole team laughs, even Coach. Then I get benched for the entire first half for being late. Today I watch as we take a big lead, and JB makes 4 threes in a row. I hear the crowd cheer for JB, especially Dad and Mom. Then I see JB wink at Miss Sweet Tea. After he hits a stupid free throw. Today, I finally get into the game at the start of the second half. JB sets a wicked pick for me, just like Coach showed us in practice. And I get double-teamed on the roll, just like we expect. Today, I watch JB get open and wait for me to pass. Instead, I dribble, trying to get out of the trap, and watch as Coach and Dad scream for me to pass. Today, I plan on passing the ball to JB, but when I hear him say, "Filthy, give me the ball," I dribble over to my brother and fire a pass so hard it levels him. The blood from his nose still shooting long after the shot clock buzzer goes off. All right, that's the end of second quarter. See you guys in third. Bye.